Ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up, but we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me?
You know, I saw the Sonic movie over this weekend. Dad.
Oh, I meant to see it.
I got
caught up. I got caught up. I couldn't get a chance to see it.
You still can. It is still in theaters, surprisingly. The movie's doing gangbusters.
Well, surprisingly, they delayed it by like 4 or 5 months. Well, 4 months. It's supposed to be in November.
Honestly, you were very down on them like redoing the model and all that. And
just let the movie suck.
The movie's pretty good though.
It is.
It's possibly the best video game movie.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Sonic movie or Mario movie?
Well, I don't know. Oh, wait. The live action Mario movie? Oh, Sonic movie all the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not without its faults. You know, there are some cheesy parts. Some of the humor doesn't necessarily land. But it's
But
good.
how is Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey's great. He's the best part of that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's solid. You got to see it.
Do you think there's going to be a sequel?
Yes.
Without spoiling anything.
I think it's going to be a sequel.
Don't spoil it because I want to go watch it.
I think it's going to be a sequel because of the ending credits and because of how well the movie is doing.
They got MCU ending credits?
They got MCU ending credits, Dan. And that is all I'm going to say about that.
The Sega Cinematic Universe?
The Sega Cinematic, that's right. The Sega Cinematic.
Well, there was a rumor.
CCU. Or the SCU, yeah.
There was a rumor that The Rock wanted to voice Knuckles.
Oh my God!
Movie.
Echidnas do make an appearance in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like right out the gate. It's like the first scene.
All right, I got to see the movie.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. All right, folks. This is the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 207. Before we get into the show, though, we want to thank all of our wonderful fans who have supported us, and we have our first Patreon supporter. Shout out to Boom Knight. Thank you very much for supporting us. We appreciate everybody who does. And if you want to show support, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/RatedG4Gamers. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at RatedG4Gamers. And finally, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster, formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man? Well, just want to say shout out to Boom Knight. She's been our day one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's been listening for a long time.
Mm-hmm. She is a awesome gamer. She is a awesome cosplayer. Seek her out on Instagram.
Yes.
All right.
And she loves Japanese whiskey and Japanese liquor.
You guys are muy simpatico on that.
Oh, I love Japanese whiskey. I gotta tell you.
Yep.
Everybody knows what to get me for on my at work.
You gotta get some Yamazaki.
Some Yamazaki.
That's it. Like that's his daily drinker. Is the Yamazaki.
Oh no, it's expensive.
No, I know.
Sip it. You just gotta sip it. A good glass of Yamazaki, one ice.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm good.
I still have to try some of that. I have yet to have any Yamazaki.
Hey, come over to the gaming room. Man.
I know. I do need to get back there because you have a magical mystery house of video games.
It's quadrupled in size.
I know. It's been a little bit since
I think the last time you've been there, I had like 1,000 games.
Right. So speaking of games and gaming conventions, we're going to be at PAX.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. As it's recording, we just got a few days away, and then we're going to be in Boston.
That's right. So we'll be up there on Wednesday. Show starts Thursday. We'll be there for all 4 days, like we do.
But we're going to we're going to stay on Sunday so we can actually see
We're gonna see the Omegathon.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Ever.
It'll be your first Omegathon.
Yeah.
It's wild. For anyone who doesn't know, they do the gaming competition called the Omegathon, and there's like 32 combatants. There's 4 rounds, I think. It goes from like 32 to 16 to 8, and then I think 4 at the end. Usually it's like 2 teams of 2 or like 4 competitors. And, you know, they'll do like any kind of games. They've done NES games. They've done PlayStation games, wrestling, shooters. They've done board games. They did I think like air hockey one year as like the final round. Yeah, they will do anything.
Do some FIFA.
Yeah. It could be anything game related. Anything that is a game. It could be like hopscotch. I'm serious. They always go like crazy with it. So, you know, expect something wild because they never reveal what the last game is till the last event. So you never know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, what are you looking forward to seeing in PAX? I'll tell you right now, I'm looking forward to seeing Street Fighter 4.
Street Fighter 4?
I mean, I keep saying Street Fighter. I mean Streets of Rage. I don't know why.
Streets of Rage 4. That's
I don't
right.
know why
That's
I
right.
keep saying Streets of Rage. I always mix up Street Fighter, Streets of Rage for some reason.
Sure. They're very similar.
You know what? They both are at a street.
Yeah,
it's in the street.
They are. They are. Can confirm.
Yeah.
Can confirm. I was at that booth last year when they had Windjammers and Streets of Rage 4, Windjammers 2. I opted to play Windjammers 2 instead because I could only choose one, and I'm like, I'm going to do Windjammers. So I'm happy to come back and now see Streets of Rage 4. It looked really good from what I saw.
I mean, the year before. Last year we had The Messenger.
Yep, Messenger was like game of the show. Yeah,
then like we heard a little bit of hype over that right beforehand. And last year definitely Katana Zero. You put me onto that. We saw that we first saw Katana Zero on the Nintendo Nindies event.
That's right. It was just a couple days before, I think even. Yeah. And I was like,
so it was a little bit of hype. Not as much hype as for The Messenger prior to.
Right. And they had like they had a whole entire wall like decked out and a bunch of screens. Like you definitely saw Katana Zero when you were there. Like at least like the whole like the 20 by 20 section they had for it. Like
I don't know. I mean Streets of Rage 4 was there last year, so I don't know if any new indie game, like new hot game that's coming in the PAX that we have to see.
Indie wise, I don't know. I was looking forward to Final Fantasy VII, but we do have some news on that, which we'll
talk about that later in the show.
Yeah, we're gonna go over.
I was looking forward to seeing something else. But let's talk about Batfleck for a second. Like I was a fan. Everyone was up in arms when Ben Affleck was Batman, right? I said let's give him a chance because I wanted to see the old, beat up Batman.
Well, we talked about all of this last week.
Because we saw the teaser for the, as I'm calling it, it's the Robert Patterson's. I call it the Bat Pat.
The Bat Pat. Sure. That's fine. We got the Batfleck. We got the Bat Pat.
We saw like a tease of the suit, right? But Ben Affleck sort of revealed in an interview why he stopped playing the role. Mm-hmm. And, Justice League was really hard on him. I mean, I don't know, all the rewrites and just the pressure on him. And he had sort of a drinking problem.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Because the pressure got to him.
Well, I mean,
I'm sure there's a number of things that got him drinking, but I mean, the rewrites, the reshoots.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff that went down
with that Justice League movie.
Right,
it was terrible.
On top of that, he's got some personal things and this and that, and we're not putting the blame on Ben Affleck in any way, shape, or form, but.
And then they didn't, go with his movie. They said his script was good, but they didn't go with it.
Right. Because he's written a handful of movies. He wrote The Town, and he wrote Good Will Hunting. Right. Yeah. So he's got some good movies underneath his belt, and yeah. So I don't blame him for not wanting to come back. Right.
No. I mean, again, the DC cinematic universe is just a mess right now. We don't know where we are.
It's terrible. It's terrible because they tried to catch up to Marvel with what they were doing, right? Because Marvel had Iron Man, and then Thor, Captain America, all these like good movies, and they were all kind of tying in together. There was some sort of bigger vision going on, right? And DC was like
trying to shoehorn everything in. Let's just do. We already have a Superman movie.
Right.
Let's just shoehorn Batman inside the Superman.
Right.
And then do like a Justice League movie. Right.
Yeah. They rushed it to market, and there was no good reason to do that. Right.
Yeah.
People like superhero movies, people will see superhero movies. People love Superman. People love Batman. People love the Green Lantern. Is it Green Lantern or the Green?
No, it's the Green Lantern.
Yeah, okay. People love the Green Lantern. I mean, people love Wonder Woman, right?
Listen, The Rock wanted to be Lobo.
Right? That would have been awesome.
All right, now
I would have seen that. I would have seen that.
Now he's the Shazam villain, which was really like an anti-hero,
right?
So to speak.
Right.
Black Adam, was it the Black Adam?
Yes. Yeah.
So they didn't. I guess the studio didn't really like his script, and he was set to write and direct, and then they said that he's not going to direct it, right? And they got Matt Reeves to direct it,
right.
And then and that's when he bowed out and just said he's not going to be a part of it at all,
right?
We got Matt Reeves and the Bat Pat, as I call it.
The Bat Pat. Yeah, I think that's probably what he's going to be known as. Yeah.
We got a tease last week, but now we got full-on photos,
right,
of what he looks like in the suit, on the motorcycle, on the bat cycle.
So what do you think of these photos? What's your take on it?
It looks terrible. Right? Like, to me...
Terrible?
It looks terrible.
Wow, all right.
Terrible.
All right.
In these
I
photos.
think they're amazing, but...
Because it just looks like he put the suit together... It looks like an origin Batman. Mm-hmm. Right? And, they're going to tell the story all over again. His parents are going to die all over again.
That's how it goes, Dan. Look. You can't have a Spider-Man story without Uncle Ben dying, and you can't have a Batman story without his parents dying.
Yes, you can. Homecoming didn't have Uncle Ben dying. He was already dead.
Yeah, somehow they made that work. They had his parents die in the Joker. Come on.
He wasn't even... Batman wasn't even a Batman story.
No, but they still had to have the alley scene. It's crazy.
The suit sort of looks like... like a suit that he put together. Like, it's an origin. It's not like he's Batman.
Right. He's not Iron Man in Iron Man 3. He's Iron Man in Iron Man 1.
Yes. He's not even Iron Man. He's Iron Man in the desert.
You're right. He's in the cave. He's in the cave putting the suit together.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
I'm holding out hope. Mm-hmm. Right? Because he looks like a rugged Batman.
I mean, you're going to see it, right?
Oh, 100%.
You got to see it.
100%.
Yeah, of course.
He looks like a rugged Batman.
Right.
Just know that Joaquin Phoenix won't be in it. Okay. He won't be in it.
I wonder who the villain's going to be. Do we know? I don't think we know.
We don't know anything about that. They're going to probably go somewhere left and pick a villain they've never picked before.
They're going to go with, Mr. Mixelplex or something?
Mr. Mixelplex? What?
Or, no. I guess that's not a... I guess that's not a Batman villain.
Even I don't even know who that is.
Mr. Mixelplex? Oh, he looks like Ron Howard's brother. He looks like Clint Howard.
Okay.
Yeah,
they could just have Ron Howard as the villain. That's the case.
No. No, they got to go with what's like a deep Batman cut. Maybe like the Mad Hatter.
Why would the Mad?
Well, you want to go with something fresh, right?
I'll be honest. I would think the Mad Hatter. They already had sort of a Mad Hatter with the Riddler in Batman Forever.
Sure.
Right? No, Batman. Yeah, Batman Forever.
Sure. No, I've got it. Killer Croc.
I can see that.
Right?
Yeah.
Killer Croc would be pretty good.
Well, we don't know if this is going to be based in reality, like the Nolan Batman, like the North Batman movies, right? Or if this is going to be sort of more fantasy driven.
Right. It could go Burton or it could go Nolan.
It can go either way.
Yeah. We don't necessarily know what the tone of it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be like very dark and less playful.
Well, Henry Cavill said he's not done playing Superman. I mean, we talked about
Henry
that.
Cavill, yeah.
We said that before. Mm-hmm. So, they're going to have like different universes. I mean, the DC the DC TV show, you know, had multiverses,
Right.
And they had the Flash from the Justice League in it.
It's so funny.
So the movie universe is in it because this could be a different Batman. So Henry Cavill can go and see a different Batman.
Right. I mean, maybe
That could be their way of trying to fix the timeline or something, right?
You could, right? Yeah. You open up a portal, you travel to a different dimension.
Well, he did it with X-Men.
Right. Oh, with like the Days of Future Past and all that. Yeah.
All right, but while we're in PAX, I'm gonna buy some games. I'm not gonna buy a lot. Buy a handful.
Of course, you're gonna buy.
I'm gonna buy a handful of games.
I remember when you were like, I'm not gonna buy anything, and I'm like, Dan, you're gonna buy like 6 things, and you came back with like 8 things.
Okay, I probably bought like 10, but
Yeah.
I'm only gonna buy like a handful of games. I'm not gonna buy a lot of games this year. All right, but I'm definitely going to buy the Mega Man Zero collection right before we go because I'm going to play that. Or I'll probably buy that while we're at. That's probably the one game I'll buy. I'll probably get that at GameStop when we touch down on Wednesday. All right. But we got to look at the games that are coming out next month. Right. The top notable games coming out next month.
It is the beginning of Christmas too?
It is. Well, I think the beginning of Christmas too was February.
Horizon
Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero. Well, I mean,
there wasn't a lot this year.
It wasn't a lot this year, but it's still the beginning.
I mark it when like the first big AAA game comes out. That's like my kind of game.
Well, it was supposed to be.
And Horizon was that.
Well, Horizon was that, but Final Fantasy VII Remake was supposed to come out.
I know.
Right?
And that would have definitely kicked off.
The Last of Us Part 2 was supposed to come out February.
Right?
So
that also would have kicked it off. Yeah.
But it's still the start of Christmas too. It's just been so start, right?
Right. No, weak start. Let me tell you.
There's a weak start.
There's nothing good that's come out.
But let's talk about March. Let's talk about March. March, we got some heavy hitters. Not this game. I don't think this is a heavy hitter. Even though, sorry, Pokemon fans.
Oof.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX for the Switch. Coming out March 6th.
That's right. The remake of the, I want to say DS or 3DS game, I think.
But I don't think this game never came out in the U.S., right? It was only a Japan-only release.
I think that may be right. So we're getting it first time stateside.
Yeah.
On the Switch. Fantastic. Fans are going to love it.
If it's $39, I'd get it.
I think it's going to be $60.
All right, then I'll wait. Yeah. I'm not going to get it. But I will get something I will be getting is Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
You kidding me? Of course. I'm going to get this too.
Xbox One PC coming out March 11th.
Xbox exclusive, folks. All right. First Ori, Xbox exclusive. Second Ori, also Xbox exclusive.
Give it another 2 years. Microsoft will put it out on the Switch.
The first one's not.
This first one is Ori Ori's on the Switch.
Oh,
it is.
All right. Give it like 2 years.
Give it 2 years.
Yeah, give it like 2 years.
It'd be out
after like the bloom is off the rose, it's fine. Then they can put it out on other systems. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, the first Ori is on the Switch. The first Ori and Cuphead.
Oh, that's right. Well, Cuphead I knew. Yeah.
So, but only digital releases. Even though Cuphead is supposed to get a physical for the Switch and Xbox One, I'm gonna get both.
That's right.
Still hasn't. It's been delayed, I think, because of the DLC.
Yeah. They want to get everything on one disc, which is fine.
All right, well, we'll talk about exclusive. Neo 2 coming to the end of the life cycle. The PS4 coming out March 13th.
Right.
Souls type game, but like Souls light. I played the first Neo. It's not as hard as the Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's a very good game. If you haven't picked the first one up, do yourself a favor. It's probably like $20 or less right now.
100%.
Yeah. That game is solid.
So this would be a pass for me. And that because of games that are coming up.
Right.
And we'll talk about in a minute. Well, because of the next game, honestly, which is coming out exactly a week later on March 20th, and that is Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Switch. I will try to play the first Animal Crossing on GameCube before I play this. So when we get back from PAX,
I don't think you're going to be about it.
When we get back from PAX, I'm gonna boot up the GameCube and try to play.
All right.
it.
Well, good on you. Try it out. Try it out. It's fun. It's just not my game.
Well, I want to get the Animal Crossing Switch console. All right, not just the box. If you think about a box for $5,
you can't just buy the box
for $5. I want to get because I want the dock. I want the special dock.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, it looks really nice.
Yeah. Same day, Doom 64 coming out PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC.
Right.
March 20th.
Right.
Now,
so
if you pre-ordered Doom Eternal,
you get Doom 64 for free.
which also comes out the same day, just not for the Switch. You get Doom 64 for free.
Yep.
Don't know if that deal still it should be. I mean, they didn't say if you pre-order before a certain time.
I think at least up until launch, maybe after launch, that it's not that anymore.
Well, it's not pre-ordering then.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I need to go ahead and get myself the pre-order. I need to get myself the PC version because. I mean, you gotta mouse and keyboard all the way, man.
Well, I'm definitely gonna get Doom Eternal on the PS4, and I'm probably gonna get Doom 64 on the Switch. It's only gonna be like $3.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it now, and I don't want to necessarily make a trend out of this, but Game of the Year potential.
Wow,
I think so because it's the last one was amazing. Right,
Doom 2016.
Doom 2016 was just incredible. Like it was all about the gameplay. The story was a throwaway. It didn't matter, but the gameplay loop was fantastic, and they're promising so much more with like Doom Eternal. So,
well, I have Doom 2016. I get that for the Xbox, so I'm gonna get Doom Eternal for the PlayStation. Switch it up a little bit. That's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
Well. Half-Life Alyx, it's coming. It's here. We haven't had a Half-Life game in how long?
We haven't had a Half-Life game.
A new Half-Life game.
Since 2006, I think, was Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
So think about this. Bush was still president the last time we got a new Half-Life game.
Yep. Bush Jr., not Bush Sr. Bush Jr. Yeah.
No, Bush. Yes.
Yeah, and this game, our friend Derek worked on the trailer.
I remember that. Yeah, we're gonna get back on.
Yeah,
talk about this game.
So that was like a head trip. Like, arguably like the biggest game in video game history, PC history for sure. Half-Life gets a new game in VR, which looks amazing, and then our friend happens to cut the trailer for it. So that's pretty wild.
That's coming out 3 days later, March 23rd. Well, finally we finally get Xbox exclusives. I mean, we got Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and now we're getting Bleeding Edge.
Yeah, man.
Same developers who gave you Senua's Sacrifice.
And the Devil May Cry remake. So, let's forgive the Devil May Cry remake.
Yeah, we're not going to talk
but
about
Hellblade, Hellblade's great, and they're obviously cutting a sequel. But in the meantime, Bleeding Edge, which is, I believe it's like an Overwatch style game that has the aesthetics of a Sunset Overdrive.
Yes, I think when we first talked about this, you said it's like Sunset Overdrive and Overwatch.
Yeah, so, the aesthetics look awesome. Hopefully the gameplay can live up to...
Well, Microsoft wants multiplayer games, right?
I know.
They want to have this in the system.
I know. Are you going to get it, or...
No.
No? We could rock some online. I would get the Xbox version. We could play.
No. I'm good.
That hurts, Dan.
I'm good.
That hurts. All right.
And finally, coming out March 31st, PS4 exclusive, and that is Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah. So this
I'm going to get. I'm going to get this.
Yeah, it's essentially the ultimate version of Persona 5. There's a new character, there's a new dungeon, a bunch of new side quest stuff, most likely.
I want to have like Persona 5 Scramble. That's a Japanese only release. I think that was on the Switch.
That's supposed to be like a Muso,
Dynasty Warriors type Persona game. But everyone loves it. Everyone's saying it's not overly Dynasty Warriors style, right? They still has a lot of the Persona story in it,
right?
So
Scrabble's coming here, though. I thought no.
Well, there's been no mention of it coming here. Yeah, but I think it's in English. So the Switch is region free.
Yeah, you could just
get it.
Yeah,
you could just get it.
Yeah, I mean it's it's a Muso game too, so dialogue is really secondary.
Yeah, but dialogue is secondary. But I mean it's still a Persona game, meaning they have a lot of story elements in it.
Oh,
from
sure.
what I hear.
Sure.
Dave, you get any good pickups? We'll talk about games we're going to buy. What about games you already bought? You get any good pickups this week?
I did actually. Yesterday and today really was the culmination of my pickups. Because my God, is GameStop running the good deals all the time? Get
them while they last.
Get them while that. Well, exactly. I think part of it is like they're going under and they're trying to get rid of all their pre-owned stock. And they definitely want to make room for the new consoles, so they're kind of fire selling their Wii, their Wii U, their PS3, and their Xbox 360, right? They got to make room for PS5 and Xbox Series X, right? And you can see that.
They need that so they can sell you all the used PS4 and Xbox One games.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You can get them all on fire sale.
But if they have Vita games, they are still expensive.
Oh, yeah. No. All the stores that I went to had zero Vita games, sadly.
No, they probably have them. They just don't have them in. They have them in a case. Sort of, you gotta look.
Oh,
you
maybe,
you gotta like ask for it.
They have that little tiny little case, the glass case in the back,
Yeah.
right? That just has the cartridges. Yeah. So you're right. They probably are there. But I did pick up Project X-Zone 2 for the 3DS, which is the like the Capcom crossover game.
Yes, I have that. Yeah.
No,
I
it's
have it for 3DS.
it's like.
I didn't like it too much.
Oh well,
I didn't think it was my type of jam. No.
Yeah. I don't necessarily know if it'd be your kind of game, but it is a little bit rare, for sure. You know, I got it at a pretty good price. Got a really good price considering the discounts they were offering. So you know that was good. Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, Trine 4 for the PS4, which is a very good action puzzle game. Also picked up Bulletstorm, the full clip edition, Thief for the PS4.
Good game.
Yeah. Persona 4 Arena for the 360.
Oh, look at that.
Right, little fighting game.
Yeah.
Darksiders for the Xbox 360. Beowulf for the 360. The Wheelman, starring Vin Diesel, for the 360.
Oh, God.
The Saboteur.
He always just has to be in a racing game.
Yeah, right? He's like, I got to be a part of this game. It's all about the family. Ugh. The Saboteur for the Xbox 360. Interesting World War II game where you're a spy assassin, I think. DMC. Speaking of that studio, I picked up DMC Devil May Cry for the 360. A second copy of Dead Space 3
because you already owned it.
I know, and you're right. I should get an app, which makes it a lot easier to enter all the games I have. But I'm stubborn. I just use a Google
You are very
spreadsheet.
stubborn.
It's fine. I just use a Google spreadsheet.
And then things like this happen.
You still have to keep up with it.
It's just so much easier keeping up with it.
I know. You can just scan the barcode. I know. But to round things out, I got The Invisible Hours for Xbox One, Warhammer Vermintide for Xbox One, and Dishonored: The Definitive Edition for Xbox One.
Dishonored. Get that. Well, that you had to be at a good price because that's a good game.
I did.
Definitive
Well, they're all they're all 4 for $10 or 4 for $20.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And today I got like 5 for $20.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Yeah, I think they messed up slightly.
Well,
it's fine.
I always have like coupons I never use.
Yeah.
I never even see.
Oh well, yeah. You have the Power Up Awards and all that. So.
Yeah, I never pay for the magazine. It's always free. Unless I have so many points.
Nice. So what'd you pick up, Dan?
So I picked up Bayonetta / Vanquish 10th anniversary bundle for the Xbox One.
I saw that picture on the Instagram. If you haven't seen it, it's a very nice shot. You have all the Bayonetta and all the Vanquish games.
Well, I got Bayonetta, the original Bayonetta for the 360. The PS3 version that came out later, just terrible.
PS3 version, terrible.
Just terrible. And I got Vanquish.
Not good.
And I got Vanquish for the PS3. So I got the bundle for the Xbox One.
Yeah, Vanquish is a sleeper hit, man.
It is. Definitely a sleeper hit. Platinum Games, they need to make a Vanquish too. I don't know why. Maybe that's...
They really should, yeah.
Funny enough, while we're in PAX, they announced that they have a big announcement to make when it's 20...
They make a second Vanquish?
Yeah. It can't be Bayonetta 3 because that's not a big announcement. We already know about it.
We know it's coming out, yeah.
So
I don't know. Let's have like a gameplay trailer.
That's not a big announcement.
I don't know. I'd be pretty hype.
Okay.
I'd be pretty hype.
Anarchy Reigns.
Oh, yeah.
I got another Platinum game from back in the day of PS3.
Yep.
Syndicate from Xbox 360.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's okay.
That's not the best. Syndicate, they made a bunch of Syndicates. So Syndicate Wars. I think there's another one somewhere in there. And then now the new Syndicate, the reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
I got Super Mario Strikers for a GameCube.
Ooh, very nice.
I got that for free on my Lookie points. Also, with my Lookie points, I got Mario Party 3 for the N64. I thought I had at least one Mario Party game for the N64. I got no Mario Party. This is my first one.
They're a little pricey.
They are pricey.
That's
why I use my Lookie points, baby. Shout out to Lookie Games. Not sponsoring, but it should be sponsoring. But, go check it out if you're going to be a retro collector. Definitely check out Lookie Games. Super Mario Deluxe for the Game Boy Color. Alien Syndicate for the NES.
Oh,
do not know this game.
It came out in
It wasn't like a Nintendo official release cartridge. It was the black cartridge.
I see.
It was the black cartridge.
Is it one of those ones you got to shove one cartridge into another cartridge?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to get around that lockout protection.
Ninja Kid for the NES.
Nice.
Target Renegade for the NES. Demon Sword for the NES.
Nice.
Robo Warrior for the NES. I just went on an NES kick.
Yeah, I can see.
And X-Men for the Genesis.
Oh, yeah. Solid game.
So I got X-Men 2.
X-Men and X-Men 2.
I got X-Men 2. Mm-hmm. I got X-Men, the original one, for the Game Gear. Mm-hmm. But my Game Gear doesn't work, so I can't play it. So,
shoot. Why don't you borrow mine?
Yeah. Well, we'll see if it still works.
No, it works.
I had a working one. I had both of them working, and now they're not working. So just over time, Game Gears don't last. You gotta you gotta get them modded.
Yeah.
So
you should.
But I will say this: I got my Retron 5 to work finally.
Nice.
I was gonna email Hyperkin, but I emailed them like 3 years ago about Retron 5, the NES controller not working. Because I was like, I can't even reboot it back to its factory settings. And I looked at my old thread, and they told me an easier way to reboot it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I just got to actually write in reset _ Retron 5 _ like X or something, make a folder, and then pop that in to the system, and then it'll automatically reboot.
Right. Because it's looking for that particular thing. Yeah.
Why isn't it? Why isn't that on their website?
I don't know.
It was my gamer grief, right? Because I said, hey, I got to download this, I got to make this, and I got to download it to here.
It's got to go in a specific folder.
Yeah, and it didn't work.
Yeah, they should. If it's going to be complicated, they most definitely need to have those instructions on the website.
But I got it to work. I tested it out with some Super Famicom games. I got Dracula X for Super Famicom, and I mean, it's not what I've been playing. I just actually played like 2 minutes of it just to see if
it's a fantastic game. A lot of people hate on it, but I like it because it's supposed to be like the Super Nintendo's version of Rondo of Blood. Yeah, which everyone's like, oh, Rondo of Blood is the best game ever, or whatever. And Rondo of Blood is very good, but I still like Dracula X.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. But what's your game? You had a gamer grief. We were talking.
I do have a gamer grief. I haven't had a gamer grief in a while.
Dave just doesn't get mad. He's like the original Hulk movie. He holds it in. He's always.
I don't hold it in. I just don't get mad. Like, it just doesn't bother me like that. But I was very sour in the fact that my Dead Cells, which that's my jam. My Dead Cells game has DLC, right? And I had bought the new DLC, which is the 15th DLC that they have, and they finally started charging because there's a new company who's like kind of taking over the reins for it. And it was only like $5, and there was a bunch of new stuff in there, and I'm like, yeah, I want it because I love Dead Cells. And I bought it, right? And I was trying to play on the subway, and it couldn't validate the purchase because I didn't have internet, right? Because I'm riding on the subway, I'm not connected to the network and all that. So that's like super annoying. Like, why would you have to keep like trying to reconnect? And I understand that
all digital features coming, baby.
Yeah, no, it's like terrible. Like, I understand you need to validate every now and again, but like, come on. Like you validated recently. I don't know why you need to validate again.
We're supposed to validate like every couple of hours, not every minute.
Well, no. I mean, not even every couple of hours. Like once a day or once a week, right? And then even that is like crazy. And when you get to the all digital future, if everything's going to be,
this is going to be a problem.
Right, if everything's going to be digital and we don't have ubiquitous Wi-Fi, how is that going to work? How's that going to work? Is it going to work in the house when you go out in the town? You got to roll the dice to make sure that you have your thing validated by the server. It's going to be ridiculous. I'm definitely not looking forward to that.
So you had to wait until you got into at work.
I didn't play it. I'm like, fuck this. I went on to something else.
So you boycotted it.
I did at the time. Okay. Yeah.
You boycotted your favorite game of
That's right. Of
this generation.
I'll come back to it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll come back to it.
All right. Dave, as we always try to start the show but epically fail, what have you been playing?
Oh, Dan. You know what I've been playing, Dan. I've been playing the UPS package simulator, aka Death Stranding.
Walking FedEx.
Yeah, as the haters like to call it, because they just look at the game from the outside and see the meme. More than that.
Well, we sent them the Game of the Year award. It's still going. It's still on its way there.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
You'll get it soon if he doesn't get eaten by a monster or something.
No, I'm still delivering packages. So
okay.
Yeah. So how about you?
I've been playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1 on PS3. I went back to that.
Why?
Well,
I'm asking why. I'm not trying to be.
Well, no. I have like a box full of like wires for all the systems, all in like Ziploc bags and stuff.
Yep.
And I was looking for something else. I was looking for a wire, and I was just like, oh, here's the PS3 wire. All right, for the PS3 Slim.
Right.
I want to play a PS3 game. Screw it.
So you went with the classic.
And I was like, and I looked at my saves because I was like, what do I have saved on the system? Oh yeah, that's right. I never finished Black Ops. I will say this: if I had a gamer grief, it's for older games. The save only saves for when like you complete a mission.
Yeah.
No.
And they have the checkpoints in the middle until you beat the mission.
I got halfway through the mission.
Yeah, that was a checkpoint. That wasn't a save.
Yeah. What's the point of a checkpoint?
The checkpoint is there so that you don't have to go back to the beginning of the level while you're playing it.
The checkpoint is there for when I cut the game off, got to go to school, come back, and I want to play it again. I should start off where I want.
That's on you, because Call of Duty's been doing that.
Well, you know what? They've been a game of grief. They've been a game of grief. This is stupid. I had to go. I was like, I had to go out. And I was like, oh, well, all right. Well, I made it through the hard part. And I was like, all right, put it back. Came back, and guess what? I'm starting the mission over again. I was like, what the hell is this? This is crazy. No, I'm not doing this over. I'm not doing this over again.
It's not new. It's not a new thing. They've been doing that.
Well, maybe for last gen. They don't do it this gen.
They do it this gen.
No, they don't. I beat all these games. I always... I never went back to the original, the first part of the mission.
You know where it's never an issue? On PC. Because you can just save anywhere. Just about every game you can save whenever you want.
Yeah.
You just go and save. It's
You know what? Screw you, Black Ops for PS3.
Saying. Yeah.
Now it's gonna be another while before I go back to that game.
Right.
I've been playing Little Big Planet Kart. They had a kart racing game for PS3.
I remember that. Yeah, Kart Racer. Yeah. Is it good?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to load it up because I was playing on a PlayStation Slim 3 that has like no memory, and I had to go in, which was not easy to find. Well, I don't remember the settings and how the settings were all convoluted back in the day. Had to go in and delete a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, oh my god!
I had to make room on the hard drive.
I got to make room on the hard drive. The limited hard drive space that they have.
Right, the 20 gig, I think.
You can only keep like 2 games.
Right.
So you can only keep 2 games on there. So I made sure all the saves were still, up on the cloud.
Sure.
And I had to delete. I think I had Heavy Rain still on there. I had to delete that.
Yeah.
I have that for PS4. I'm gonna go back and beat that. I made it halfway through that.
Okay.
So I already know who the kidnapper is.
No,
I'm not going to spoil it.
No
I'm not going to
spoilers.
spoil it. I called it. I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
Posted a picture on Instagram. I have all 3 Street Fighter, not Streets of Rage, Street Fighter games, Street Fighter 5 games that came out for the PS4. All right, Street Fighter Arcade Edition.
Sweet-ass Riot statue too, right?
Yeah,
Were you
that was when I got the special edition when the Street Fighter 5 first came out, and it's
badass.
Arcade Edition and Championship Edition.
Yeah, very nice.
So I've been playing the Championship Edition. Got that out the way. I beat it. I beat Bison with Ryu dressed as Mega Man.
Nice. I love it.
So got that. And then I've been playing actual Streets of Rage 2 and 3.
Oh.
I know I said last week I was playing Streets of Rage 1.
Yeah.
I made it to the boss, the final boss. Same thing, Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 3. I made it to the final boss. Yes. First of all, Streets of Rage 3 a little bit harder to make it there.
Okay.
But I did with like no continues, 1 life. And just at the end, the onslaught of characters on the screen, I couldn't get past it. I definitely needed a player 2.
Right.
Does
it have online play?
Well, no, I've been playing on the
Retron?
Got the Retron 5 working.
Definitely doesn't have online play.
Definitely doesn't have online play. No. Streets of Rage, I missed the whole missile on Streets of Rage 1 where you shoot the missile and they kill. Yeah, now they just have like a power move.
Okay.
That really doesn't really work that well.
A, that sounds less cool, and B, if it does less damage, that's severely less cool.
But the good thing is the enemies have like a life bar.
Oh, sure.
And you can see the life bar, unlike Streets of Rage 1, where you kept kicking them until they dead. They die.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Well, they've come so far.
Well, Streets of Rage 1, I will, one thing, I guess, back in the day, if I really played Streets of Rage back in the day, I only played 1. I still have my original one. I bought 2 and 3 later on as a collector. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I ever played 2 or 3 as a kid.
Right.
But if I did, I think I would be so mad because in 1, you could have a weapon and still grab someone and throw them and keep the weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Here, you drop the weapon if you pick them up and throw them.
Which is more realistic, right? Because if you're going to get someone in a headlock or try and do a suplex or a backbreaker, like, you need both hands, right?
Yeah, it says the person that's doing cartwell firebombs is my special
it's completely
move.
realistic.
My special move.
It's completely realistic.
My special move. My special move.
Come on, you can't do a cartwheel firebomb?
No.
Oh, that's easy. It's easy, Dan.
All right, so why don't we stop here and take a break? And when we come back, wait into the top gaming news of last week. And we're back. All right, let's get into the top gaming news of last week, which affects us this week because we'll be in PAX.
Yes.
And Sony has now announced. I was so looking forward to seeing The Last of Us Part 2.
I was looking forward to seeing Final Fantasy VII. Like,
I know. We even had a plan. We said, because we had to get into that. We had to get into the PlayStation app to, schedule appointments to play the game. Mm-hmm. And we said, all right, so I'll go over Last of Us, you go for Final Fantasy VII, and we'll talk about it on the show. It'd be great.
Right.
But Sony announced that because of the CV virus, and I'm going to call it the CV virus as a side note because I don't want to get flagged. YouTube's doing weird things with people who actually named the virus.
We'll call it the CV virus, and everyone knows
what that is.
Yeah, yes. the big outbreak that happened. Sony is backing out over fear of contamination, right?
Large crowds.
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't want anybody to get sick, to transmit the disease, and to bring it back.
Well, they're being extra cautious, and some may
very extra cautious.
Some may say a little overly cautious.
Well, not just Sony. Square-Enix is backing out their Japanese staff, and they're not going to PAX.
Oh yeah.
So there's a couple of panels that aren't there. There's no meet and greets with the devs and the artists, which kind of sucks. But they're still going to be there. They're still going to have, I guess, the American staff will be there.
But Sony of America, I know Nintendo of America has a big.
Right. They have a
big staff. I don't know how big Sony of America, how big their staff is, but why can't their staff take over and man the booth and have The Last of Us Part 2? Is it that they don't trust a lot of people with it, right? I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe the ROM would get out and they'll blame the Sony of America.
You're saying they don't trust the staffers that they hired to demo the games? I mean, I
don't know.
Regardless, they
don't need to be there.
Any of them could take the ROM and throw it online and whatever else. If that's the case, maybe.
I mean, I know they're heavily they want to heavily guard it, but I don't understand why they can't have their American staff go.
Well, I mean, the big thing is Sony paid for all that space
a long time ago.
They're not getting that money back.
Yeah, they paid for it a long time ago.
They have arguably, I think objectively, quantifiably, I think they have the biggest floor space.
It's right there when you go down the show floor.
Well, it's not anymore.
It's going to be a big hole. There's nothing there.
It's going to be a lot of free space, which is cool,
The mayor of Boston, who isn't, the most loved mayor from what I hear.
Really?
Even made a plea to Sony to come. He said it'll be safe. Don't worry.
Right.
There's nothing wrong.
I mean, it's 100% going to be safe. I think they're acting a fool a little bit. I get it. They want to make sure that nobody gets contaminated. They are traveling, going to the airport. It's an international hub. They're coming to Boston, which the Logan Airport is a fairly international hub, right? They do a lot of flights out of there. So I get it, but there's been I think less than 100 deaths from this, right?
Yeah, and I don't even know if they've been. I mean, how many of them in America?
Right, 5 or less, even maybe. Like, there was possible contamination. I think a handful of people at best.
But a lot of Japanese companies are being overly cautious. I mean, this is not unique to video games. Even All Japan Wrestling canceled a bunch of events that they had in Japan.
Right.
All right, so over the CV virus. I mean, it wasn't they was just canceling. They canceled it because of the specific reason. So I don't think any Japanese company wants to, be on the hook for throwing a show that potentially can get people sick.
Right.
It's a bad look.
Like I'm upset that they're not going to be there, but I respect their decision.
And then for people who saying, well, Nintendo is going to be there, well, you know what? Doug Bowser, who's the Nintendo of America, said that they're going to be there.
Right.
Not Shigeru Miyamoto is not going to be there.
Well, he's never there. But
the Japanese crew, I don't know if the Japanese crew is going to be there. That's why I think maybe Nintendo of America has like a bigger footprint.
Right.
Over here than maybe Sony of America.
Right. Maybe.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Sony's not just backing out of they're backing out of E3.
Well, they've been backed out of E3 the last 2 years.
They backed out of E3. They backed out of PAX East. They also backed out of GDC over the same reason, over the CV virus.
I mean, at least they're consistent, right? If you're going to back out of one conference, might as well back out of all conferences. I wonder if they were going to be at E3 if they would have backed out of E3 as well.
You want to know if they would be at E3 if they
No.
If
they were at E3, would they have backed out?
I would assume so. Yeah.
That's insane. Because that is one of the most expensive places to plunk your money down to have a conference, right?
The biggest question is if they're backing out all these little conferences, right? Because I'm not saying they were going to announce the PS5 at PAX East.
Sure.
Where are they going to announce PS5? I mean, it's going to have to. I mean, they're going to do a state of play because they're going to have to have.
Well, they're going to have to now because they're worried about the CV virus.
They're going to have to come together and have a crowd on stage and have that atmosphere of excitement, right?
They're gonna do a state of play and go. Here's the thing, right? Come on.
Here's everything.
They announced the PS5 logo in an Instagram post and it blew up the internet. All right, they are not above having a very small thing and just throwing it out there. They know fans are going to go crazy. By the way,
all those rumors about the PS5 event being in February, February is over. So it's not in February.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It's not in February.
February is almost over, Dan.
It's over. It's over.
What if they have a thing that was supposed to be during Penny Arcade that they're now going to do on their own?
Well, we'll never know.
Well, no. What if they end up scrambling together and like putting together a video package, or whatever they were going to show becomes the video package with, they cobble together some quick stage and they have an announcer.
I'm still gonna be excited.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So they could do it.
Well, you know what? They're not the only. Well, we talked about other companies, other Japanese companies, but American companies are pulling out too. Facebook, Oculus pulled out of GDC as well.
That's crazy.
Under the same concerns for the CV virus for their employees.
So regarding like the Facebook thing, they said they're not going to have a booth footprint. So I guess they're not setting up shop in that way. And they encouraged all employees to not travel if possible, right? So they're not saying I don't know if there's going to be zero presence, but they're definitely pulling out a lot of stuff from there.
They're not going to have a lot. They're going to have a big footprint,
right,
at GDC.
Right,
and GDC is where you go to talk to other devs.
It's a dev conference,
and you sort of collaborate, and try to make plans to do other things and show off some things that you're working on.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
that's usually where the leaks happen. But
I know.
You tell the wrong person. No
That's
NDAs.
That's how it works. And then they tell somebody, post this thing up.
Yeah, they tell somebody else to post it up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So secondhand knowledge.
So it can't get pinned back to that person.
Yeah. So I just I'm super disappointed that The Last of Us 2 is not coming in.
Both of us are. I wanted to play me some Cloud Strife,
and it's just gonna look weird when you go down an escalator and we don't know what's gonna happen with that space because it's right in front of both the two escalators when you go down.
I know. It's gonna be just like a big wide open thing. People are gonna be doing cartwheel fireballs in there, like Streets of Rage style.
Well, I will say it'll be more room to walk.
Yes, which is the benefit, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I do know that
unless they set up Sony stuff and it's just going to be all dark.
Yeah, right. No. I do know that Penny Arcade, they are beefing up they're kind of beefing up their sanitation stations and all that stuff, and they're going to have a ton more like hand washing stations and this and that to prevent any kind of viruses from spreading and sickness from spreading. So they're like kind of on top of it. They understand the concern. They understand there's going to be tens of thousands of people at this damn thing.
Hey,
so
pro tip,
they're doing the right thing.
Pro tip for anybody who's never been to any convention at all: always bring your own hand sanitizer.
And if they have it at the damn stations, use it.
Yes, yes. I always.
That's what it's there for.
I make it a habit of buying like a medium-sized bottle of hand sanitizer when I get there.
Sure, yeah.
Because I don't want to travel with it on a plane. Yeah. Won't be able to get it cleared by TSA. Because I hate those small ones because I always lose them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if you want to get the bigger ones, you can put it in your luggage. You would have to check that luggage though.
I don't want to take the chance. I don't want to take the chance of them pulling the luggage for some unknown liquid.
It's only on the carry-on stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not checking anything.
Well,
I have the bag, I have a little bag and the carry-on, we like to do every year. But I'm disappointed I'm not going to see that. Disappointed you're not going to see Final Fantasy VII, even though I was going to try to get into that. I was trying to get into both if I could.
Yeah, of course.
And you never know. Sony probably would have showed off something different too, because Sony there's another patent that came out. We talked about patent last week.
Yep.
Right, for
the
AI
patent,
this week there was a new patent that says it shows like a PSVR controller. Right.
Well, we know they're doing a new PSVR for the PS5.
Well, we don't officially know, but we know that.
I mean, it's definitely happening.
Yeah.
That's like their baby. And they're the only one.
And they're not going to use the Move controllers.
No. Well, I mean, they can. The Move controllers are PS3 technology.
Well, they're
2 generations old.
It'll be compatible, but they're not going to want to push those.
Right. Yeah. And what they're saying is like your current set will work on the new one because it's backwards compatible. Yeah. I mean, I think they need some new tech. And like looking at these new patents, they look a little bit like the Oculus controllers, right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, they have a new patent for glasses as well, like prescription glasses.
You're right.
Prescription VR glasses.
Right. So they're
like regular glasses with like the VR.
Yeah. So they're like
which is
1/5 the size of the current big jumbo headset.
Yeah, but that's not something that's going to be right now.
No,
the technology's not there yet.
I would be very surprised if they could get it down to like a 20th of the size, because that's what it is. It looks like a pair of glasses.
In 2030, we're going to look back.
Sure.
And say, man, remember we thought this couldn't be this small, but it's this small?
Right. Well,
I hope so in 2030.
Yeah. So what do you think of the hand controllers? Do you think they look like something that could possibly be?
The patent, I get what they want to do, sort of like trigger buttons.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be that. Patents are never what come out to market, right? Because it has to be. They have to make it to where it's marketable, right? This is just a generic square piece with triggers.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. And then the other piece looks like a Wiimote. A Wiimote controller.
A little bit, yeah.
Right?
So it kind of slips around the hand. You hold it upright, right? Your thumb goes up top where there's an analog stick and then 4 buttons, which are probably the 4 face buttons. And then there's a single trigger on the back. It looks like there's some buttons on the side, maybe, or some kind of panel on the side. You can kind of tap that. Maybe it does something.
Maybe a volume control or something.
Possibly that, or it could be like a number of things. But they look kind of interesting. I think we're going to see something like this come out, right? And this will basically supplant the Move controllers,
and they'll be much more accurate.
Oh, I would hope so. Yeah, it's the one thing that the PlayStation. It's the one thing it doesn't do great is the motion tracking. Because it's basically using the light sensor that's on the front of the thing, right? And they got the different colors for it, and like that's how they like figure out where you're at. The controller has it.
Well, this is. I am super curious about what they're gonna. I think the PS5 system would be great. I think the PSVR 2 verdict's still out on what they could do. I think you have to eliminate wires to make it something that people will play all the time, especially me. Like if they take the wires out, I would play it all the time.
Well, they take the wires out
and make it still look.
Well, they still have to have the killer app, right?
Yeah,
content. They gotta have content.
Content, but I want to know what type of camera they're gonna have. The PS5 camera. And how accurate it's going to be, right? Where you have to put it, the sensor bar.
Well, it can't be what the PS4 has because like the PC market and where that stuff is blows it out of the water, right? And if they want to be able to do games that compete with like the stuff on the PC market, right? Like I was very impressed that they got Beat Saber out on the PS4. That was a triumph, and it was a good game. It was a very good game. You know, it does have some issues if you're like way too close to it. Like you have to have a big enough room to be able to play that game, but it still works. You know, it's pretty solid. But
well, hopefully we'll know soon. Hopefully they'll have an event, and you know, it's something, a state of play. I need to know about this PS5.
We all do.
I need to know. But sticking with PAX. I am definitely, last year I was all in with the new Borderlands. We knew Borderlands 3, worst kept secret.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have another third installment being announced, being shown at PAX, and that's Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, Baldur's Gate 3, man. Talk about old games coming back, right? Talk about like Half-Life 3 being like since like 2006 was the last entry. The last entry for like Baldur's Gate, I think was, if you want to count like Icewind Dale, maybe like 2000, 2001. It was insane. That was when Black Isle was still around. That was when Fallout was Fallout 2 was the latest Fallout. It was a while ago.
Well, what is Baldur's Gate? I've never played a Baldur's Gate game.
Baldur's Gate is D&D RPG. You can play it kind of real time, or you can do like the turn-based thing. But it's like, it's classic D&D. Larian Studios is the new company who has the rights to it now because obviously Black Isle folded. Some of them went to Obsidian. So you see some of those guys are doing stuff like The Outer Worlds, which is a fantastic game. Has a lot of shades of old Fallout. Baldur's Gate was something that they had the license to. It's hardcore RPG game. Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, it's 2020. So they're going to have like amazing visuals and whatnot. I feel like it may be a little bit more actiony. I mean, even like the first one had like real time if you wanted to do it that way. I feel like they may incorporate some of that stuff into here. Very curious to see what the gameplay trailer is going to be all about because we got the teaser. What was it? It was last year. I want to say wasn't it the Game Awards? I think I may have just threw it out there on the internet. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but I know it kind of came out of the blue.
I remember you all about this.
Of course. It's Baldur's Gate, man. I think I may have just like thrown it out there. Maybe it was E3. I'm not too sure. But yeah, definitely like kind of hype.
Well, I know you're going to be hyped to go see it.
I know. I'm definitely going to go.
The game that we played last year, we got hands on with, that we didn't hear anything about right afterwards.
No, it was Radio Silence.
Silence.
It looked really good when we played it too.
And that's Biomutants. I think this is one of the last games we played.
It was. We did end up playing this game on Sunday. We found a line that wasn't that long, and it was.
I played on
really
PC
cool.
with an Xbox controller. That was the station I was at.
Right. I think I played on an Xbox machine. I think.
And I thought this was going to come out like that year. I thought it was going to come out.
It looked really polished for what it was.
Yeah, I thought it was coming out in 2019.
Right.
I mean, they said more to come, but it looked really polished to where I thought it was coming out soon, like holiday.
Like Biomutant, for anyone who doesn't know, Biomutant is you play as like a rat mouse type thing, I think, right?
Just think of Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sure, yeah, kind of, and you get to create your own character and color and all that, and and it's a third person shooter, I think, kind of. third-person action adventure, maybe. It was really fun. It felt really polished for what it was. I guess it wasn't that far along in like how much of the game world they built out and how much of the story.
Think of if Rocket Raccoon was in Vanquish.
Right. Yeah, sure. You know, you could like get in those bubbles and like bounce around. Like, it was really cool.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, they said that, hey, it's not canceled. We're still here. We're still working on it.
We're still making it. Yeah. So that's good to hear.
That's good to hear. I just don't want to see it at PAX again.
No?
I'm not going to play it. It was there because I played it last year. Like,
sure.
come out.
But it's so much further along now.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna have another level to play? A different level?
I mean, sure, they're gonna have a different,
just
or they have a much more polished demo, and maybe they like reworked a bunch of stuff. Maybe it's even better than before.
Just release the game.
I know. I do want it. Yeah.
At this point, just release the game.
Right.
Well, speaking about games that people want released, everyone wants Persona 5 on the Switch, right?
Oh, yes.
Everybody wants Persona 5 on the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a little tease. They got Persona. We talked about it earlier. Persona would Scramble in Japan.
Right. I thought that was coming here, but apparently not.
It's not announced here, but it's probably going to be released here. Who knows? But people made a campaign. Atlus said, "Hey, if you want it, keep asking for it." And what do you think they're going to do? And right after that, on Twitter, it was trending break free Persona.
Right. Yeah, because that was a game that was somewhat financed by Sony, right? They kind of backed it a little bit. They said, "Hey,"
I think they contribute. I think they contribute to it.
Sure.
Right. They had definitely have a contract.
And then they're like, look,
PlayStation exclusive.
You know, we'll give you some money, put it on our system. Nowhere else.
Well, Persona has been historically a Sony game, right? I mean, some of the games came out on Xbox 360. The mainline games in PS1. PS2.
Well, yeah, like Persona, the arena game, like the Persona 4 Arena was on the 360.
Yeah.
And I think maybe some of the dancing games. They made one or two for the DS, I think, but those were specific for that.
And just like Scramble is specific for the Switch.
Right.
So I think Persona 5 is just, it's not coming out on the Switch. Right, like it's not coming out.
No,
I think
I
you
don't know.
Get a side game.
The game's like 3 years old now.
I think you can get like a side game to come out on the Switch, or you can get like a Persona 6 maybe. But Persona 5, I think, is done.
I
think that's
done.
I think that's done.
You think it's done because Sony's not going to release their grip on it?
Yeah, why would I wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean, the contract only goes for so long, right? If that's the case, if they have an exclusivity, like we've seen that. Timed exclusive or exclusivity, you know,
I guarantee
runs out.
They're working on the next Persona game for the PS5.
But even if Persona 6 is in the works, which probably at this point it's probably in the works.
And if that's the case,
people would still want Persona 5 though.
Make that a dumbed down version, or make a Persona, sort of like a recap of all. You know how the Mickey Mouse,
Epic Mickey?
No, the Mickey Mouse, Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
Kingdom Hearts had Kingdom Hearts the story so far. They came out on Xbox, right?
They had a ton of different spin-offs.
Yeah. Maybe Persona the story so far.
It's not what's going to make fans happy.
Come on.
It's not going to make.
Look, if all the fans want to play Persona 5, just buy a PS4. Boom, done.
So you want people to spend another, I guess, $300 at this point.
If that's the game you want to play, then yeah, put it out. Put out Scramble, the North American Western version.
Well, that's not even on the cards. It's not even on the cards yet. It's not on the table.
Not yet.
They don't have anything. You know, North American fans who own a Switch
and the Persona 6.
Yeah. Well, the thing of it is, they very easily could do it because Persona 5 was dual released on the PS3 and the PS4.
Yeah, they would have to release the PS3 version.
Well, that's perfectly fine. People aren't going to care. They just want to be able to play it on the Switch, you know?
Yeah, they want to play it on the go. And I'm not opposed to it because I would love to play that game on the go. I mean, it's like you want to talk about walking, you want to talk about a simulator? It's like a life simulator.
It is, very much.
You got to go to school, you got to work.
That's right.
I don't want to do that in real life. I got to do that in a game.
Fair.
In a video game. But if they do release a Persona game on a Switch, I'll definitely get it and play it. I told you I want to get the Animal Crossing Switch.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they just announced another color, coral, which is pink. It looks pink, like a
Sure.
pinkish.
So now we have a coral, we got the banana yellow, we have the periwinkle or the teal,
Yeah.
and we have the gray.
The gray, which is
Right.
really black.
4 different colors. It's gray.
Dark gray. It's dark gray.
Slate.
Okay, there we go.
Did you go with
All right,
slate?
we go
Yeah,
slate.
okay,
We go slate. Okay.
Yeah. So now there's a 4th color in the mix. Great. The more colors, the better. Bad for us collectors, though, because we if money was no object, we would have them all. But money is an object, so we can't have them all.
It's like Pokemon. Have them all.
Well, I mean, everybody want them all in the collection, right?
I'm cool. Listen. I don't like all the colors. I'm not a color person.
Mm-hmm.
I went shopping today for PAX, and I'm just like, I don't need any colors. I stick to my black, white, grays, dark grays,
Jeez,
maybe blue.
Doesn't want to show any personality.
None.
I'm just gonna go straight.
Maybe I should get some Tommy Bahama clothes.
Hey, sometimes you gotta put a little splash of color in there.
No, I'm good. So the coral or pink or whatever you want to call it, I'm good. I'm happy for the people.
You're not gonna get it.
I'm happy for people. I didn't get the yellow.
Yet. You didn't get the yellow yet.
I'm not getting the yellow ever.
All right, we'll see.
Probably never getting the yellow.
We'll see.
But I'm excited. We're going to PAX. I'm happy. I'm disappointed when I can see all the games we thought we were going to see.
I know.
But
it's going to be a good time, though. It's
but-
going to be a good time.
But we're going to get a chance to see a lot more indie games in its place.
This is true.
We'll have more time to see the indie games. We're going to hang out with Matthew Adler, freelance writer for IGN. That's going to be awesome. This is going to be his first PAX.
I know.
All right.
I know. Our friend Anthony's coming. He'll be there for one of the days. He's been on the show before.
Oh, one of my clients, Chris, he's coming too.
That's right.
I don't know if he's coming with his crew.
It's gonna be a second year coming, so it'll be good to see him again.
Yeah, he's coming all 4 days too.
Steven too. Steven's gonna be there. He's gonna be running one of the tabletop booths, so we'll get to see him again, which will be nice.
We're going to post lots of pictures on Instagram. We're going to post a lot of stuff up. And check out the website, too. Check out ratedgforgamers.com.
We're going to have
a lot of stuff up on
We're going to have a ton of stuff from Penny Arcade. And also, too, we're going to be cutting a video.
Ooh.
So, check out our YouTube post Penny Arcade for all of the video coverage from Penny Arcade. So, I think that about does it, right? We gotta start packing for PAX. And that is episode 207 in the books. If you want to interact with us, and we know you do, you can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. And also, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance, so check out all the fine podcasts on there. If you're looking for more gaming goodness, at www.gamingpodcastalliance.com. So, please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.